Dear friends, the sci-fi movies that we often see seem to be a product of CGI technology, an indispensable part of today's cinematic era. However, one piece of information that may startle you is that there are many fiction movies that are set in a real place somewhere on this earth. Does this place exist? Beyond imagination. Not only that, there are many places on Earth that are labeled as alien places. There is a place called Mars right in the middle of the Earth. Wadi Rum, Mars is right in the middle of the Earth. The Wadi Rum Desert Valley, located in southern Jordan, about 300 kilometers from the capital Amman, is like a copy of Mars. The unique red-brown sandstone is the feature of this place. The sand at Wadi Rum changes from a common yellow-brown color to a deep red at sunset. The whole space is immersed in the red color of Mars. According to scientists, the geological strata in Wadi Rum are among the oldest of the Earth's crust. Majestic, arid scenery like alien-themed movies. There are actually several popular movies set in Wadi Rum. The most famous is The Martian, which is a very good movie. If you have time, you should watch this movie. There is also a Mars-style campsite. The campsite is fully equipped and luxurious in the middle of the arid desert. There are also strange natural stone bridges all over the place, adding to the most authentic Martian experience. The price of one night including 2 meals is $320, too cheap for an enjoyable experience. Not only that, but Wadi Rum is also the right place for unique concept photos, with a style of alien spaceships like in many fiction movies. Nightfall is the time of campfire and dancing. Would you like to spend the night on Mars right in the middle of the Earth? Please leave your comments.
Salar de Uyuni, where you can walk in the sky. Salar de Uyuni, or Salar de Tunapa, located in southwestern Bolivia in the province of Daniel Campos, near the Andes Mountains, is the largest natural salt flat in the world, formed by the movement of the Earth's crust. Located at an altitude of 3,656 meters with an area of about 10,582 square kilometers, and perfectly flat. Salar de Uyuni is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Bolivia. About 40,000 years ago, this area was part of the huge saltwater Lake Minjin. Later, the water in the lake gradually dried up to reveal this salt field, and it was also known as the Salt Desert. Salar de Uyuni in winter is completely dry, covered with dry salt. When the rainy days come and summer comes, this field is always flooded, accidentally turning it into a giant mirror. The blue sky, white clouds, and natural scenery are reflected on that mirror, creating a magical beauty that is true and vivid to every detail. Anyone who has once come to this wonderful land cannot help but be overwhelmed by the enchanting beauty of Salar de Uyuni. When standing and admiring the reflection of the majestic nature, you can't help but feel small in the midst of this endless salt field. And surely you will feel very excited when you think that the sky and the earth have merged into one. Salar de Uyuni attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists around the world every year, despite being located in a remote town. If you come and immerse yourself in the scenery here, you will seem to get rid of all worries in life, and only feel the interference of nature with heaven and earth in every breath. When walking on this field, you will have an interesting feeling like walking on the clouds.
You see, apple trees produce apples, orange trees produce oranges. How can one tree produce up to 40 different types of fruit? Believe it or not? But this unthinkable is real. The tree produces 40 different fruits? This strange tree is called the Tree of 40 Fruit, created by artist Sam Van Aken. Not only is it special because of its impressive color, but also because of its ability to flower and bear fruit. Most of the year the plant looks normal, but in the spring it will bloom in colors ranging from pink, crimson, to white. Then from July to October it will produce up to 40 different types of fruit, such as apricots, cherries, peaches, grapes, oranges, apples, etc. Interesting and weird, isn't it? The tree looked like it came out of a fairy tale, but it was completely real. Currently in the world, there are these special 16 trees. If it is great to own this tree to plant in the home garden, then just this one tree is enough for us to have enough 40 different types of fruit to eat. And next here is a plant that will scare you, because it looks exactly like eyes. Doll eye plant. As the name suggests, the doll's eye plant is named after the fruit shape of this tree. The fruit of the tree is white, the top of the fruit has a black spot like the pupils looking in all directions. The tree usually bears fruit in the spring. The doll's eye fruit grow densely in white clusters that look quite lovely. Moreover, when ripe, the doll's eye fruit has a sweet, fragrant and very attractive taste. However, do not let the appearance with that scent fool you. In fact, that sweet taste contains a very strong amount of toxicity, which can kill an adult as easily as eating candy. It is because of this sweet poison that the doll's eye tree is also called the devil's plant. When hit with this poison, the victim's heart muscle is immediately stiffened by the poison, causing the heart to stop beating, and the victim will go to see his ancestors quickly. If you encounter this dangerous plant, do not be foolish to approach them. And the next plant is also very interesting. From a distance, it looks like a portable flower vase in the desert, but it is one of the most toxic plants in the world. Bottle tree. Grown and developed in Socotra Island, Namibia, the bottle tree has a strange shape resembling a flower vase. The name bottle also comes from the strange shape of this tree. Bottle tree has a lovely, plump shape. The flowers of the plant are often very beautiful with white pink, and black red in the pistil. The tree shape looks very eye-catching. However, despite its beauty, the bottle tree is known as one of the most toxic plants in the world, with the poison in the sap. Even in the past, the Aborigines here often used this poison to impregnated arrows and brought them to hunt wild animals. Have you ever seen a tree that whistles? If you have never seen it, you can go to Africa to admire the following tree species. It sounds weird, but it really does exist. This plant has a rather long and hard to remember name. They are called Vachelia drepanolidium. If you want to meet them, you have to carry your ass up to the arid forests of Africa. The branches of this plant will develop a number of unusual spines, with a large, hollow stem. So are you curious what those round holes are for? That's where the sound comes from, and this sound is made by the ants. Specifically, ants will nest on these spikes by punching small holes. Those holes let air in, and the cavity inside the spike produces a whistling sound. Every time an animal comes near, they will make a sound like a whistle. And the following will be a plant that can survive in the desert when there is no water nearby. And that is the tree of life. This is a very special tree. When it stands alone on the African savanna, no matter how the weather changes, the tree of life remains unchanged, like a sentinel of time, living forever. The tree of life is also known as the shepherd's tree. Currently there is a tree of life that is about 400 years old, and it is 9.75 meters high. The name shepherd's tree comes from the fact that for centuries the shade of the tree was a great shelter for shepherds and goat herders, protecting them and their cattle from the harsh sun. Locally, people call this tree of life, because both humans and animals can live by it. Animals can eat the leaves of this plant to maintain life, and people use the roots of the plant to dry, roast and grind to replace coffee, or they can grind the roots and cook it like porridge. The stems can be used to store rainwater, and even the flower buds are edible like berries. Moreover, the tree of life is also known as the survivor, the immortal, because this amazing tree can be found almost everywhere in South Africa. Local people believe that it is the tree of the legendary Eden Garden. Even the tree of life is on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The plant world contains so many strange things that scientists have not yet been able to find the answer to. So, after watching today's video, what kind of tree do you feel most impressed, or most like? Please vote for them below in the comments section. Thank you and see you in the next videos.